Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, I want to talk about Michelangelo because we do have in a couple days his soul coming out. If we go over to the chase, we're going to get his 2-star soul. And I want to talk about it more specifically for newer players because there's 2 recommended souls to go ahead and pick up. And I just want to make sure, because I did this on my first account where I just went to hellhades.com and I just looked at the builds and I copied them. But when you're an early game player, you kind of need to do builds a little bit different to what's recommended in the general scheme of the game. Now, normally, the Hell Hades builds are fantastic and pretty on point. But like I said, for newer accounts, there's some niche things where you sometimes want to do stuff a little bit different. And Mikey is going to be a key one for that. Now, the general recommended blessing to get for him once you get it is going to be over here in, where is it? Nature's Wrath. So it's going to be this one here, because you'll get the 5-star soul after a couple more weeks. Increases the damage inflicted by this champion by 3% for every debuff they place successfully, up to 15%. And because he has 2 debuffs on his skill 3, he has the debuff on his skill 2 as well with the defense break, then also the stun if the target can be stunned. And I'm not too sure about how the interactions with the debuff spread actually occur with him, but in general, even if the debuff spreads don't count, let's say you're just doing clan boss, you're still going to get that ramp up really damn quick with the debuffs he's landing. After a couple rotations, he is going to be at that 15% damage bonus. And yes, this one is absolutely fantastic, but the one thing to consider is in the early game, your characters just don't deal as much damage. They don't have gear sets that are fully fleshed out to deal big damage. You can see my Mikey here, he's on just about crit capped, but he's plus 26 crit damage. Now, don't get me wrong, once you do get that soul as well, if we go over here, you can see you will be getting some big stats. You'll be getting the extra HP, attack, defense, crit damage, accuracy, the stats really do add up on this thing. But still, I am lacking a good build. If we go over here and we filter for my Savage, which is, something that for a damage dealing type Mikey you'd want to have, my free Savage set, this one, you can't see it, but dude, sorry, I'm on my laptop. I can't show things properly. Wait, if I just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go actually to this champion, and I'm just going to equip these things so I can show you guys the stats. So you can see this one rolled attack percent. It's nothing good. I got no crit. I got no speed on it. My headpiece, if we equip this one, yeah, it had a bit of accuracy and crit damage, but the things you really need to stack is that crit rate and speed as well. And then my gloves, if we take a look at my gloves, they were attack percent gloves with the most dog shit substats you can get. My chest piece was defense percent with, once again, no good substats. Like, I do see a world in which maybe I do run him on a defense piece, because in the clan boss, he's probably going to be the stun target once he has his taunt up. So things like that. And then my boots I sold because they were a flat defense. So I have no good Savage gear. And what I'm trying to say with that is he's not going to get the biggest boost out of it because his raw damage isn't as high. If he's dealing 10 damage and get 30% bonus, he's going to be dealing 3 extra. If you're dealing 20, he's going to be getting 6 extra. That's just a baseline example to say the higher his raw damage that he from his gear and stuff like that, the more damage boost you're going to get as Nature's Wrath. So for me, in an early game account, the one I really think you do want to go for, and the one that I am going to go for, is Brimstone. A 5-star blessing Brimstone is absolutely huge in the early game for damage just about everywhere in the game. It is great for general bossing. When we talk about dragons, like, dragon trying to break the shield, if you have everyone on Warmaster and then you have a smite debuff on the dragon, that shield is popping so damn quick, it's not even funny. So, like, really important there. But once again, for your clan boss damage, because this smite damage is based on the enemy's max HP, it has a fixed damage. I can't remember the exact damage number, but it puts out a ton of damage both in Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare for the clan boss. And so getting a good smite applier on your account is actually huge. Now, if you already have one and you've pulled something that you've got like a decent, like a 3-star to 5-star smite Brimstone, then you can obviously go the other option for Mikey. You don't need it. But for a lot of players that are new, that have come in with this Ninja Turtles collab, you've either got the Tholen Foulbeard or the Tahanaruk. Now, Tholen can also go on it as well. On my other account, my Tholen account, he is at a 1-star blessing for Brimstone, but I would much rather have the Mikey on the Brimstone with 5-star blessing, because you're more reliably going to land that. So that's the other thing you can do. But yeah, you've probably got Mikey, you've got Tahanaruk or Tholen Foulbeard, you've probably got a couple random epics you pulled, and the download links. And because only legendary champions can get Brimstone, like I said, I think for a newer player, unless you've had really good luck in your souls and your champions, I would be taking up the Brimstone Brimstone on the Mikey. It's really going to help you with your damage. He's got so much utility in the clan boss anyway. He's got the attack break, the leech, the defense break. He's got a self-attack buff, so he's sufficient like that. He can avoid damage. He's just an absolute beast in general, and bringing that extra damage with him, even though he doesn't have the raw damage output of something like a Tholen Foulbeat or something like that, bringing the Brimstone on him at 5-star is going to actually really boost his damage a lot more than what you would get out of a Nature's Wrath, once again, in the early game. Late game, go Nature's Wrath, 100%, especially if you already have a Brimstone applier for your teams. Don't even worry about it. But for the early game players, like I said, I really think focusing in on that Brimstone for the Michelangelo, when you do get his 2-star soul and then scale it up to 5-star, is going to be a great boost for him. Now, I want to also give you guys a bit of an update on this account. So we've just entered day 12 of login. We haven't even played a full 11 days on this account. And I want to talk about like sort of what my game plan is moving forward, because I've had people ask me like, you know, what's your plan for clan boss and stuff like that. I've quickly mentioned it in other videos, but I want to go through it. So for clan boss, I got a few different ideas. I always like to try and do clan boss without having specific speed tunes and stuff like that. I know we can use the Deadwood Jedi and get tight speed tunes, but I also think there's a lot of people that don't want to do that kind of stuff, and it's very tedious trying to fine tune it, manipulate it and stuff like that. So what I always try and do with my accounts is just run in and build a team that has synergies and see how we go in clan boss. Now, because we did start with the Hanorok and we don't have the big nuker of something like Tholen Foulbeat, I think I may have to lean into the speed tuning, because that's what she enables. She enables a lot of great support, and then you can go into the speed tuning. And I saw Odd One Gaming have a really good Tahanarok one where I think he used one of these similar type links where he used Tahanarok, Vergis, I can't remember who else, Deacon, and then he used a buff extender and also the Morag, and he managed to 4-key Ultra Nightmare in like 30 to 40 days, something like that, using that comp. But that is a very tight speed tune team and takes a lot of like planning and effort and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and throw in some teams in progression and see how we go in Nightmare and progression like that. So what I'm planning to do is obviously to Hanorok. Mikey is going to be damage plus, you know, assisting on the debuffs and stuff like that. We're going to run Vergis for an ally protector. Now Vergis is going to bring his speed buff. I'm probably going to apply that to Mikey. Once I get Mikey max skilled on this one, it should bring him to a 4-3 ratio. But the problem is he will get targeted for the stun, so it could break that. But we'll just play around with that and see how it goes. Then I'm also going to bring my Anax, because he's got the extra damage, he's got the poisons, he's also got the weaken. So he's going to be a really nice addition into that team for raw damage. And those are going to be the core 4 units. Now, the final unit, until I get Mikey's skill 3 maxed out, I will be running Deacon Armstrong. Deacon's just so damn strong, and because he's Deacon Armstrong. Anyway, so, dude, that was so shit. Fuck. Yeah, but Deacon's just an absolute beast, and because he has that leech and the defense break, which, you know, we're having 3 units with defense break, it doesn't really matter. It's just more about that leech on the skill 3 of Mikey. I really want this to the 4-turn cooldown before I drop Deacon, and then eventually I will probably drop the Deacon, and then Deacon will probably get dropped for someone like a Morag, unless I pull someone along the way. You know, I'm planning on doing this just with free champions, and then eventually I will evolve and use champions I pull. But I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 as the core team, and then Deacon for the start, and then we will eventually shift it into Morag. But once again, it is going to take a lot of epic books. We do need to max out the skills over here on the Anax, and Tagoar is one I eventually want to max skill as well, because he's just so good in so many other areas of the game. So that's what I'm going to kind of play around with. We could even slap Tagoar in there early days as a reviver when you're not fully speed tuned. It's handy to have the revive, but I do like the idea of running the Tahanarok, Mikey, Vergis, Anax, and then Deacon, or the Morag, who, if you don't know who Morag is, sorry for not showing you, is the free champion we get over here from Plarium Points. But once again, she's another one that I'm going to have to book up as well. But yeah, the thing about them is they're all spirit affinity. So you have a basically neutral affinity, except for Tahanarok being on the void. So essentially, unless if it's anything but magic, we should be doing pretty good with that sort of team. So that's kind of what I'm looking at focusing on. Now, what am I doing at the moment? I'm going into arena because my watch timer is going off to refresh the arena battles, because that's what I do over here with my watch. It is just on permanent timer. What's going on here? Retry? Dude, hotel Wi-Fi, man. Hotel Wi-Fi absolutely boning me. Let me quickly check this. It's connected to the hotel Wi-Fi. Boys, I'm going to have to cut. Okay, sorry about that. I had to disconnect from the hotel Wi-Fi and jump onto my mobile hotspot, and the reception is dog shit. So we're probably have some lag going on. But like I said, what I am looking to do, we might take that Stag Knight on. What I am looking to do on this account currently is basically I'm working on my Ascension. So if you see this mission here, I've got to get magic potions. Today is Spirit Day, meaning tomorrow is Force. The following day will be magic, and then we will get another rotation of Spirit and Force before we hit Sunday, which is going to be Void, which will get me through all of these bad boys. Now, before I get to the magic, you can see my next mission is to ascend 2 champions to level 6 of Ascension. And the problem is, because I'm doing so many Spirit champions, I am currently farming Spirit Dungeon to be able to get Mikey and Vergis to 6-star, because that's kind of what I do. I only really need to get one of them to 6-star, so like I just need a few more of the graders, or with Vergis, I'm actually really close as well, where I only need 3 more of the graders, the superiors. However, because I am looking to get some of these challenges done over here with the artifact ones, because the next round 10 of these artifact challenges actually give a lot of stamina, so I'm looking towards this one, which, you know, I'll do these ones once I get this mission done. And so fully equip a champion with accessories. The problem is that if I ascend him to 6-star yet, I don't have the accessories required, whereas Mikey, I can do this. So I'm really aiming to today get my Mikey to 6-star Ascension by getting myself 8 more of the superior potions. And also collecting as many of the greater along the way, because there is the mission in the next leg of the Arbiter missions, which requires you to fuse 100 of these bad boys. So, 10 of these bad boys. So I need 100 of the graders. Plus, I need to upgrade Deacon. I need to upgrade Vergis. You know, we do have a lot of upgrading to do using these potions. So I'm going to farm a bit of that today and get that sorted so that by the end of the week or the end of Sunday, I should be able to clap this stage of the Arbiter missions and get my 2 extra legendary skill books and then keep on moving on through the final stage of the Arbiter missions. Now, this account, I'm not going to try and beat my 27-day Arbiter record because I'm trying to be more efficient. And this is an account which people have been asking me to do that I'm planning on playing much longer term and like sweating out longer term to see how quickly I can do all the other aspects of the game. So that's what I'm currently doing over here. We did manage to cap out the champion training tournament, which is fantastic. We got the extra legendary skill book over there. Hopefully we can finish in 3rd spot. Honestly, I'd rather finish in 3rd spot than 2nd spot. Let's face it, I'd take an extra 2 pieces of gear, but I really want those epic skill books because I am struggling for epic skill books. So that's a high commodity. So if I can sit here in P3, I'd be really damn happy. Or if I could get P1, which I'm nowhere near getting, so I'm not going to bother with that. So that's what I'm looking at over there. Then after that finishes, and also the Classic Arena Takedown finishes, which I should finish rank 1 here. Yeah, I should easily shit this in. I'm going to get a bunch of those Relentless pieces of gear. And then what I am going to do is see if I can enhance some gear, because we've got the gear enhancement. If I get some good pieces, I will enhance them. Once again, I want to max out this event because I really want that bloody epic skill tome, because those things are like gold to me at the moment at this stage of the game. Now, past that, if we go over here, I am going to also go into the campaign and in the next couple of days try and clear out Nightmare until I get these 3 rank 5 chickens. It will also get me 3 million silver, which I will use for the upgrading of the gear for the gear event, and that's kind of how I'm going to brute force my way through that. So that is my plan over there. Besides that, I keep trying to push Faction Wars as much as I can. Now, Dark Elf will push this one using just Madam Serris. Undead Horde will push this. We'll see. I don't think we're going to get through this stage 7, but we'll see what we can do with Anax over there, because he's another one that we're going to have to obviously ascend as well. So I'll push through those 2. We did end up getting a few of the gold drops from some of them. So if we go here, you can see we got 5 of those bad boys. We've got 4 of these ones. So hopefully I can start crafting myself some more 6-star gear in the not too distant future with all those. As for the Doom Tower, you can see that we've got 9 gold tickets left. I just jumped in at the daily restart because the Scarab gave me 150 energy. So I grabbed that energy. I've been burning that. Then I'll come here and do this stage for the next energy. Yeah, basically just Vergis solo on this bad boy. Mikey actually lived the whole time as well. Mikey and Vergis against the Scarab is just damn huge. So got through that one. And then, yeah, obviously keep wanting to keep progressing through this one. Now, I think the next one is going to be the bird, the Griffin. So the Griffin shouldn't be too bad to get through, but after the Griffin and then we come into the what's-her-face, I think I'm really going to struggle on the Dark Fate on the next difficulty. Like, I just cheesed my way through it last time, and I think on the harder difficulty I might be absolutely boned, but we will wait and see how we go over there in the Doom Tower. And that's kind of our general progression. Like I said, Arena, we're just, you know, on the 15-minute timer refreshing in Gold 5. We do have both the arenas settling in the not too distant future. I also have the Bazaar resetting in 4 hours, which is fantastic. Another 300 energy. I love this stage of the game where I'm just like fishing for any kind of energy I can get. Like when I get to a new star reward of some energy in the faction wars, it's like, yes, I could burn a bit more. You know, you're always desperate for it. If we go over here, I did just make my my Vergis 6-star, but we have already got ourselves 3 more 5-star foods built. So we're looking really good in terms of building food. We've got 3 more chickens that we can hopefully get, 3 more 5-star chickens that we can hopefully get from the Nightmare campaign. And then if we go over here into the advanced quest, we got another 5-star chicken that will roll in probably tomorrow after we complete all of tomorrow's ones. So we are getting ourselves really set up on all of our 6 stars as well as we move along. But that's pretty much everything on the update for the account. Like I said, Michelangelo, when we do get his soul, to have a think about where you're at in the game. If you're a new player, I highly recommend getting that brimstone because it's going to be such nice damage for everywhere in the game. It's going to be a huge one. So that's what I'm going to be taking with him. And that is my sort of vision for this account in the near future of what I'm trying to do. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.